I'm Tom Vickers, Head of Procurement and Logistics at the Arnott's Group. Welcome to Tea with Tom, a series where we sit down with our suppliers to talk all things supply chain. Welcome. I'm here with Kylie Fraser, who's the President of Consumer and Healthcare Group at Linfox. Welcome, Kylie.
Thanks, Tom. Thanks for having me.
That's all right. It's great to have you on Tea with Tom. I know.
Maybe I shouldn't have done that.
The first question that we always start with, what's your favourite biscuit, Kylie, and let us know why.
Well, funny, it's actually right here. Unbelievable. So my favourite biscuit is a milk arrowroot, and I'm able to say that of my children's as well. And it's definitely been something from my childhood where having them smothered with butter and Vegemite is my key go-to even to this day.
Butter and Vegemite. I haven't tried that. They're a great biscuit, but
the butter and Vegemite, it's the sweet and the salt. So yeah, absolutely, you have to try it. It'll change your life.
Oh, great. One of my earliest jobs was to try to stop milk arrowroots cracking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
The moisture in a biscuit moves towards the outside as the biscuit dries out.
Wow.
Yeah. And I had these little shapes cut out of metal, and I had to take out the outside and work out the moisture content of that, take out the inside and work out the moisture content of that.
And were you successful?
And that was my first couple of days at Arnott's. I suppose I must have been. I'm still here.
Yeah.
Carry on from that theme of the Vegemite and butter
smothered
all over the milk arrowroot. What's your first memory of Arnott's?
Yeah, absolutely. So my first memory, my fondest childhood memory would be that of my grandmother having a whole glass jar back in the day in their home in Marrickville of Monte Carlos. So definitely the Monte Carlo and twisting them and getting the cream and the jam separate was my absolute first memory and favourite childhood memory.
Wow, you'd like our new ads because they're back on. The twisting and
the twist.
Yeah.
Wow, it's back. The twist is back.
And the Vita Wheat with Vegemite.
Yeah,
but
and
not
the worm. The worm, well, it could be a new thing.
It'll be on the next ad.
It could be a new thing.
Yeah. You've long-term, really important partner because you're the reason we get our product every time to the retailers.
Yeah, look, it's been a long relationship. I think we like to call it a partnership, and I absolutely do believe that it is a fantastic supplier partnership. We've been working with Arnott's for 15 odd years now, and we've just recently re-signed a new agreement for a further 15 years. So I don't think some marriages last that long in this day and age, so we're definitely committed to each other. And I do believe that the success of the partnership has been largely based on the relationship that we've been able to form, and that's been one of robust conversations, but being able to have open, transparent, really good conversations, all for the betterment of the business and the overall Arnott's supply chain. So I absolutely think that that's integral. I think we have a fantastic spirit in the team, across both of our teams, of a really positive culture and engagement. And I think that just continues to lead into all of the success we both have.
I think the evolution of our business around what Linfox has been able to help us do has been a testament to why we enter into those very long agreements, because that last part of our process is so important.
Correct. I still remember walking in 15 years ago into the Huntingwood facility, into the DC there, and then you look at it now and it's just, sometimes I can't even get my bearings on where things used to be. It's transformed that much, but it's just such a different business.
Yeah, we're seeing the evolution from, I suppose, direct store delivery in our business that facility was originally made for, with, single level trucks doing a lot of shuttling around the regional areas and the metro area, to now you enter that place and there are these enormous B-double trucks everywhere, and it's more the standard truck as opposed to the point of difference.
And going back to where we started, was a labour intensive environment. Now you walk in there, highly automated, super smart, lots of technology in there. It's a very different business.
So we've just spent $50 million on transforming that site, our Huntingwood warehouse. and your team run it.
Yeah.
And so where there were, forklifts that sometimes are difficult to work around, we've got AGVs in there with good sensors around working around people, but also transform that site from 8,000 pallets to 28,000
Amazing.
pallets. And it's, I suppose the pleasing thing is we've moved from a semi-automated facility to a really automated one. And thankfully your team's worked with us through all that commissioning of that facility, and it's going very well.
Yeah, and what an amazing experience for both teams. I think a real learning experience definitely for us. We hadn't worked with Dafuku before, so as a business, Linfox definitely formed some new, relationships there and some new learnings from that. But I think technology just moves so fast, so to be able to learn and partner with Arnott's on that journey was just, fantastic exposure for all of our people as well.
I think the other thing, while the technology's got to be integrated in the systems, and there are a few partners who are involved in that commissioning. We did it all through COVID as well.
Absolutely.
So it's through lockdown and through the lockdowns that particularly came across that Blacktown area due to restricted practices that we had to all follow at site. It was a really tough period for your team as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it was that Western Belt was the hot spot for a number of months throughout the pandemic. So, tackling not only the automation program with you guys, but the shutdown of your existing operation at Bungarraby and transitioning, all of people in and out of all of that, and being able to do that and deliver, largely, on time as best could be done. And, I think it's just been a credit to the partnership and, again, the spirit to which the both organisations work together.
And I suppose the role of technology we see in that site ongoing in terms of the more automated sequencing of loading of trucks. So hopefully that gives your drivers a greater ability to get back on the road and not consume valuable hours in waiting for stock to come out, which will be good to see.
Fantastic.
The other piece is obviously in a very challenging last couple of years, as we've continued to run and be well supported, and you've continued to find the path to keep trucks on the road and our deliveries running all around the country and over the sea. How's the business travelled through COVID? You've obviously personally as a business done a lot to support the vaccine rollout and a number of challenging things. Talk to us about what impact COVID's had on the Linfox business.
Look, I think supply chain in totality has changed as we knew it to be 2.5 odd years ago. And I often get asked, what does the normal look like now? Because there is a new normal, there's no doubt, and whether we'll ever get back to post-pandemic BAU, I'm not really certain. I think definitely from a business perspective, what we have seen across the board is all of our customers holding higher inventory to give a little bit of a buffer and a little bit of protection. A change in probably SKUs, that not maybe so many SKUs being made now, so a real consolidation of profile and a shift in profile as well from, traditional full pallet environments through to more of a case and layer. So the whole profile of the supply chain has changed. I think definitely where we continue to see probably some strain is on resources. So definitely from a people perspective, the Great Resignation and everything you hear and you read about in the media, it's really real and it's happening. And never before has supply chain probably been in such demand. And I think now where it wasn't necessarily pre the pandemic a cool environment to be in, it's now proven itself to be a fantastic career path and a fantastic industry and essential industry for people to really work into. So there's a real strain and a drain on our resources. So I think that's going to continue to be a real problem. Definitely labour. is a real challenge, I think. And we're feeling it, driver shortages, warehouse employee shortages, it's really challenging. And then a real drain on assets as well. So it's tough to get trucks, it's tough to, fit out sheds with racking, and it's tough to do all that type of stuff. So I think there's going to be a slower recovery. I'm not certain how long that is, but, I think we're a couple of years away from it yet.
It's been even tough to get a pallet.
Wow, who would have thought? Who would have thought you couldn't get a pallet?
We managed to
we found them.
Get a few, but
it was tough.
Been a bit stressful.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I see, we've kicked off in the last couple of years a graduate program in thinking about the development of our team into the future and attracting hopefully some great people into our business. I've seen that Linfox has done a lot in that space too of late.
A lot. We recently just won some awards and some recognition in terms of being one of the top employers for graduates as voted by the graduates themselves. So we're really proud of what we do. Linfox is absolutely committed to build our own talent. We build and develop from within and promote from within. So we really do see the grads as being a real foundation for the business coming through. And they are so smart. They are so super smart. They are so inquisitive. So this whole new field of technology and automation and the rapid rate into which the supply chain moves, they're so into it and they're just so onto it. So we're really seeing, the other thing that we're really pleased about is we're seeing a really strong mix of female grads come into the business as well. So we've got a really high level of participation from the female. So that, they're just so, as I said, they're sponges. They're so onto it. They're so into it, and we love them to bits.
The other thing we've found is probably the stepped up level of ownership and accountability for sustainability. So I suppose the last couple of years have shown us a few things, but fuel prices have gone crazy. The ability to get things around efficiently, the cost of moving things. Certainly I get a lot of questions from graduates within our business. What are we doing? Are we doing enough?
Yeah.
Where's Linfox at on sustainability? I see a lot of great things about the rollout of electric vehicles. So there's a good steady stream of good news around there. What's happening?
Yeah, so definitely, and I am pleased to say Arnott's are on the list to receive some of these vehicles over the next year or so. So we've got a whole range of vehicles coming in, so different sort of sizes, different specs as well, to be able to do different distances and different weight specs, etc. as well. So that's exciting. But we are committed to ensuring that we've got EVs increasing as part of the fleet. The other thing that Linfox is doing in our warehouses is ensuring that all of our warehouses that we're building and developing moving forward are carbon neutral. And what is really pleasing to report is that the Willawong facility that Arnott's house their product in, that's probably pretty soon going to be certified with being a carbon neutral facility. So we're really super excited about that, and that will be the benchmark for us moving forward. So and it's great to have Arnott's as one of the big anchor tenants up there.
Great. Oh, it's a good shift in thinking when you start working out how you start with sustainability in mind, and how do you end up with that being an easier thing to do than the reasons you can't.
Absolutely. And then working hard on all of our other warehouses in terms of, the lighting, the waste management, recycling, etc. Obviously, we really need the systems to get completely up to speed with where we need to be, getting paper out of the business in terms of run sheets and PODs and just all of those basics that really we just shouldn't be having in the business anymore.
Yep. And Kylie, the other important part is obviously the health and wellness of your team, and I was impressed even a couple of years ago at your Auckland DC that distributes some product for us. The trials that were going on with semi-automated vehicles, so the ability of greater, I suppose, systems in the cabin that keep drivers more alert, and keep the visualization through technology of them being able to see all the way around their B-double trucks I know that's a tremendously important thing when you put so many people on the road and in busy facilities. Talk to us about.
Look, absolutely. So safety is one of the key key programs that we run in Linfox. So as you would know, sitting in lots of our meetings, we also always start every conversation with safety.
Yep.
So it is a real foundation of our business and something that we're really proud of. That in line with our Healthy Fox program. So the two really do work in unison together now. But safety, warehouse safety, driver safety is absolutely key critical. So whether it's eyewear, whether it's the best devices, in camera fit outs on the vehicles, the best vehicles, having on the road, that's really important. MHE as well, having the right MHE fit for purpose, with the appropriate laser lighting around for exclusion areas, etc. It's all really important in terms of how fleet go out and procure all of our assets. And then it's equally all of our employee programs as well around whether it's diet, nutrition, whether it's fitness, whether it's the healthy heads in trucks and sheds, whatever it is. We have a lot of support programs for all of our people.
Yeah, it's great. With the work we've gone through with the current agreement, the history we've got together, it's tremendous when you think about all the product that's gone out through our great retail channels collectively across that time. It's fantastic. And I suppose in another 15 odd years time, we'll be looking back at more like 3 decades of great partnership between the businesses. So thank you for every bit you've done to make that possible, and look forward to the future.
Me too.
Thanks, Kylie.
Thanks, Tom.